Welcome back. If you're from Habersham County, then you probably recognize where I am. This backdrop is iconic for our area, and this business alone has brought hundreds of thousands of visitors to our community. Mark of the Potter is the oldest craft shop in the same location in the entire state of Georgia. And this year, they're celebrating something pretty significant, their 50th anniversary. We're going to talk to the Mark of the Potter family and learn more about this amazing business that sits right here in our own backyard. Let's go inside. We are here on the deck of Mark of the Potter up 197 in Clarksville, and I'm joined with the owner, Chad Peck. Thank you for being on the show today.
Thank you so much for being here.
Gosh, this place is gorgeous, and I want to know a little bit about the history of the mill, because it started out as a mill, so tell us a little bit about the history of that.
Well, the mill was built by a father and son team, Alan Watts and his son Robert. They used to build mills up and down the Soquet River, and this mill actually used to grind different types of grain, a lot of it being corn. And upstairs, above the shop, is where a lot of the corn used to be sprouted for the moonshiners.
Oh, wow.
A long time ago, this street here was notorious for being the Moonshine Highway.
The Moonshine Highway, yeah.
Well, now it's Scenic 197.
Yeah.
But the mill was operational until the early 60s when a big flood came through and actually destroyed the turbine and all the mechanics of the mill.
So then how did Mark of the Potter come out of the mill?
There's a couple in the late 60s that used to travel from Atlanta up to Lake Burton. Well, they used to come and stop and, they would buy some cornmeal here, and they just loved the location. They found out that after the flood that it really wasn't for sale, but they offered a price for it, and they sold it to the LaRues. And after this, they decided that they were avid potters, but they decided that they wanted to make it a nice little local pottery shop. Yeah. And they sold a lot of pottery here. They bought pottery from different potters in the local region. Yeah.
I want to talk about these fish that are down right below us. These are trophy trout, and I think in just a minute we're going to feed them, right?
Yes, definitely.
Okay, let's go do that. Okay, this is Victoria, and she's going to show us how she feeds the fish. So, Victoria, do your magic. So what different types of trout are we looking at down here? I see some different patterns.
Rainbow, brown, and brook.
And brook. Which one's your favorite?
I think the rainbow.
That's the pretty one that I keep spotting. So all day long they eat food. So you can come here and get you a little handful of food and throw them out over the deck to the fish. That's what people like to do, right?
Yeah.
All right. Well, I know that these trout are a popular part of Mark of the Potter, in addition to all the other wonderful things that you have. And I think we're going to head inside and take a look at the inside of your store. Okay, this is local potter Matt Henderson, and he is behind the wheel. He's going to show me how to throw some pottery, and then we're going to watch him do his thing.
So the first thing you got to do is center the clay so it's not wobbling around like that. Plenty of water so it's nice and slippery. Kind of cone it up like this.
Wow.
Push it back down. So I've opened up the well, as we call it, and then smooth out the bottom. And then we're ready to pull up the walls.
You make it look so easy.
So the trick is to apply just enough pressure to get that clay to move. So I pulled up the walls. Now I'm going to refine the shape a bit and also remove the water from the surface. And then
It's perfectly round.
And then we'll trim the bottom. Smooth the lip a little bit here. And then we'll cut it loose. So like I said, I'll put this aside, let it set up overnight, and then tomorrow. See, if I tried to put a handle on that right now, I'd just mess it up. So it's got to firm up a little bit. So.
And voila, just like that. Somebody will be drinking coffee out of that in just a couple of days.
A couple of weeks.
Or weeks.
Want to try it?
Of course I do.
Stay with us. More talk coming up on today's Chamber Chat. We'll be right back with Mary Beth and her guest.
Okay, now remember what I said. First thing you got to do is center it.
Okay.
So get lots of water on it.
Okay.
Get the wheel going. Faster. There you go. Now, you got to really lean into it.
Okay. Can I just make a coaster? Because that's what it's looking like.
Now, this is a fairly typical beginner's mistake here.
Well, see, I took my eyes off of the wheel.
You did. I distracted you.
Now it's like a little tea pitcher.
A bowl is really about the easiest form to make.
Okay. By the way, Matt's actually doing this for me right now. I'm just putting my foot on the accelerator.
And we have a bowl.
We have a bowl with a funny little edge, but that gives it character.
That's right. It's character. It's an art bowl.
Is this going to be your top seller?
Must be, yeah, definitely.
Be flying off the shelf. I did it.
There you go.
And we have a bowl that actually the bottom just fell out of it. And we have a funnel. Thank you, Matt. I clearly have never done this before.
First time, huh?
There's a first time for everything. And now I can say that I was a potter at Mark of the Potter.
There you go.
Okay, now we're joined with Maite, who's here in the room where all the mugs are. And I understand you guys have a really big celebration coming up, big anniversary. We talked about it earlier. Tell us a little bit about what you guys have planned, what's going on.
Yes, we're celebrating 50 years of being in business. The actual anniversary is May 1st, which is on a Wednesday, so we're going to postpone until May 4th, which is Saturday. Day-long festivities with live music, some good food, some nice giveaways.
But you're celebrating the 50th all through the month of May. It's just going to be on that Saturday, May the 4th. So we want to invite everybody to come up to Mark of the Potter on that day. Now, you guys are holding some pretty cool commemorative mugs. You want to tell us about those?
Absolutely. For the 50th anniversary, we are actually designing a lot of commemorative items, not just mugs, but other items, and they're going to be sold on the day of the party, May 4th.
Well, I love it. This has been a real treat, guys. Thank y'all so much for letting us come in, feed the trout, throw some clay on the wheel, make a really cool funnel, and we look forward to seeing you guys May the 4th. And for folks who are looking to find out more information about this, you guys have a Facebook page,
Yes.
Also markofthepotter.com.
Yes.
And Instagram. So they're all over social media and on the web. So you guys check them out and be sure to come back May the 4th as they celebrate their 50th anniversary. Thank you guys again, and we'll be right back.
Stay with us. More talk coming up on today's Chamber Chat. We'll be right back with Mary Beth and her guest.